Taking a look now at 5A action, I am here with Centennial running back Jeiel Stark. The Coyotes are going for their second straight state championship. Now you've got the bling on from last year. Show us that fancy stuff. You're going up against Notre Dame Prep again this year for the second year in a row. Obviously got the W last year. What are you looking for in the Saints this game?
They're a great team. You know, we got to take them serious. Jake Smith is a baller, man. They got a great team. They play really well together. Great defense, great quarterback. You know, they play really well. They look really good. We got to take every opponent serious. That's what our coach always tells us. So we're going into the game, preparing ourselves and getting ready for a fight. People don't realize last year with the score, it was a really physical game. Some people from the outside looking in would think that we dominated most of the game, which some people would say, but it was physical and everybody was fighting each and every play, and I expect the same coming up this next week on December 1st.
Now, a big topic of conversation this season has been your guys' defense. Obviously, you're on the offensive side of the ball, but what is it about this defense that makes it so lethal?
I'd say they play like a bunch of dogs, man. They get after it every single game. They play with a lot of energy and excitement, and they really play well together is another thing that I think helps them out a lot. You know, they just prepare. They really prepare. Coach Taylor prepares them well. Young Taylor prepares them very well each and every week and gets them ready for every opponent. So they really are the stronghold, I would say, of our team in general. They really help us out and keep us going.
Take me through this run game you've got this year. Obviously, you lost to Dane Thomas. He graduated this season. So what have you guys had to change? What has been a little different this season from last?
I'd say we have more of a team full of skill guys that can do each and everything differently. Tawee Walker, Davon Fowler, myself, and Jaden Young. We really get the ball around, you know, and everybody is happy with what they're getting, and we all support each other and come together, and everybody brings something different to the table, and it kind of you know, it's worked for us this year. So as last year, they had more Zidane and Alex Escobar, who were the main guys, but this year we kind of spread it around.
What have you taken away most from this season? A pretty successful one. Obviously, you're back in the state championship. What's your biggest takeaway from 2018?
I would say being humble is probably a great attribute that anybody could have. You know, everybody knows we're undefeated. We beat Bishop Gorman, but our coaches have definitely told us all throughout the season, you have to respect every opponent and treat them like it's just the other one. Take every game serious. Don't get too ahead of yourself because you get caught slipping and, you know, you come out with the result that you don't want.
Good luck, Jeiel and the Coyotes. We're going to send it outside to Jordan now. He's with Notre Dame Prep's Jake Smith.
Thanks, Haley. The Notre Dame Saints are back in the state title game, and I'm here with Jake Smith, the do-it-all guy for the Saints. Jake, thanks so much for joining us.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
So last year, you had 30 seniors that moved on from that state championship team. A lot of youth, but a lot of talent. But no one really knew kind of how the team would gel together. As a guy who was on that team and a big-time contributor last year, how have you seen this team grow and push themselves to the state championship game this year?
You know, we've worked harder this year. I would say that's the main point, and through that, we've really gelled as a team. And last year, we were very talented. Probably, I would say, one of the more talented teams in the state, just physically. And you know, this year is not the case. We don't have as much talent. We're still talented this year, but definitely not as much as last year. But this year, we've found different ways to win, and we found out that we have much more heart than we did last year, and you know, I'd say we play harder and we play for each other. We play as one as a team.
How has Coach Prelock helped kind of guide that ship of moving on from the 30 seniors to this group?
He, you know, he just took a different approach from last year, I would say, because we knew last year we didn't work hard enough, and so this year the motto has been, you know, work hard, and we're not allowed to goof off or slack off at practice at all. So he's really been a great leader for us and has been harder on us this year, I would say, than he was last year.
Jake Farrell, a first-year quarterback for you. How have you seen him develop over this season?
It's been amazing watching him develop, and there were times at the beginning of the year where we weren't on the same page and, you know, just weren't connecting like we should have been, but he's made tremendous strides, and we're really on the same page now, and we're doing great things together, and I can't wait to see what he does in the state championship.
The defense in this postseason, giving up just 14 points. They've really hunkered down against a really tough 5A division. How have you seen them really hit their stride in this postseason?
they've been unbelievable this postseason. And I think during the season, the regular season, we had to bail them out at times, and not the case. They're bailing us out now because we're used to putting up 40-plus points a game. I think we average like 42. But, the semifinal and the quarterfinals, we put up 14 and 21. So, without them, we wouldn't be here, and they've really gelled and became a unit. And I got to give all credit to that to Coach Smith. Coach Nick Smith for us is, just unbelievable, and he's really put that defense together and made them what they are.
When you think about last year's state championship game against Centennial, what comes to mind first?
I would say, revenge. I've said this probably 10 times today, but they're a phenomenal team, and we definitely have our hands full with them. But I think that we have a better shot than we did last year, and it's going to be much closer, and hopefully we can come out with the win.
All right, should be a good one. That's on December 1st at 12:30. Centennial taking on Notre Dame Prep, a couple of undefeated teams going at it for the 5A state title.